Hey guys, welcome to our final prep video. In this particular video, what you guys will see is just a few things that we're getting done both around the house, to our gear, and just prepping to set off on the Appalachian Trail. Although this is not an inclusive list of all things that we've had to do to make sure we can be gone for 6 months, it's just a few things I thought you guys might find interesting. So if you have any questions, let me know, comment below, and we'll help answer any questions that we can. Enjoy!
What you doing, Mama?
I am dehydrating some vegetables today for our thru hike.
Nice.
Yeah. So come on, let me show you. So currently I'm dehydrating some mushrooms. I think these will taste really good in any soup, or also we're gonna try this pre-cooked jasmine rice, because you know at home jasmine rice is our favorite rice ever. So we're gonna try this before we get on trail, but if it's good, we're gonna take some for our meals. And then check this out. Oh wait, my bad, that's not there. Check this out. I'm gonna try to dehydrate butter.
Whoa.
So I was looking on Amazon, and I think it's August and Farms or something like that, I can't remember, has a bunch of dehydrated stuff like in tins, and the price is decent, but I could do it for a little bit more cost effectiveness ourselves. So, well, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a shot. And so I'm trying to dehydrate the butter. So I'm just, everything I've read just says basically put it like this, and it should dehydrate. Of course, it's gonna take a while, and then you can put it in the blender and then make it into like a powder. And so then we can take a powder with us and add that fat into our meals, whether it's a backpacker meal or if it's one of our own meals that we make. And then let's see, for the rest of these trays, I'm going to make some dehydrated carrots, some scallions, the regular onions I have over there. Was that it? I think. Oh,
yeah.
I want to do some cilantro, because you know I love cilantro in like everything.
Cilantro is so good.
And then we're taking them this way in like a Ziploc. Oh, where are the tomatoes? Tomatoes, because I think that this would be delicious. And a friend that thru hiked, I think it was 2023, talked about dehydrating pickles. Remember how much we loved pickles last year? So I'm gonna give this a shot. All this we're gonna try and taste before we take it with us, because you know that'd be bad. But we're putting in these food saver bags. So here's the strawberries that we got from picking the strawberries and pineapple. And then yesterday I did, there's mango, pineapple, no, it's not pineapple here. There's mango, bananas, and strawberry and apples in here. And so I think these would be good just like this as a snack, or in our oatmeal in the morning, or I don't know what else they could go in, but yeah, we could rehydrate them and put them in our oatmeal. So that's what I'm up to today. Oh, look at this. Chicken.
Grilled chicken?
Well, fried chicken with this really good seasoning. It's one of my favorites. And it tastes so yummy. We're definitely gonna taste test this before we take it with us, but you're supposed to be able to dehydrate this too. And I got the idea from that farm that sells their dehydrated stuff online. So I'm gonna try it and see if it works, because do you think it'd be nice to add to like our ramen bombs or whatever else?
Some extra calories, and it will be really tasty.
So this time I want to try incorporating more of what we eat a lot at home into some of the pre-made meals that we're going to bring with us. So I want to try the instant pre-cooked jasmine rice. Let's see how long this takes to rehydrate. Timer starting now. All right, it's been about 7 minutes or so, and I used the boiling water from my Zephyr Hills water dispenser. And I think I added a little bit too much water because you can see it's kind of a little bit, I don't know if you can see, but oh, yeah. You just pour the water out. Let me give it a try and see what it tastes like. I already don't really smell like the fragrance from the jasmine rice that we make at home, but it's there subtly. It's okay. Kind of tastes more like Uncle Ben's than actual jasmine rice, so it'll work. It's an option. So today, as I finished with the dehydrating, I'm thinking I am enunciating the wrong syllable there. But anyways, the dehydration that you guys just saw me doing, finished up with that and cleaned up the kitchen, got that all squared away. So now I think I'm gonna pack my first resupply or my first 4 days of food. That's always fun. I'm gonna bring everything up that I've got so far. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now that I have pretty much all the food out that I will pick from, the way I like to do it, not everybody does it this way, and again, you kind of figure out what works best for you in terms of the systems, but I like to package my resupply in days. It just helps me to kind of keep track of the amount of food that I'm eating, the calories, and when it comes to resupply, you can kind of see what you have left and, you know, make the best of what you have before you buy too much and then your pack becomes super heavy because, you know, you may decide you don't want to eat something, or you already have enough of one particular item. So I just take 4 Ziploc bags, and these are bags that we've had from our last hiking on the Foothills Trail. So I'm just going to reuse them. So I'm going to put breakfast, lunch, and dinner in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Now, Bear and I are doing things a lot differently than we did last year when we first set off on our 2024 thru hike attempt of the Appalachian Trail. Last year, we took it super, super slow, and we got to mile 31, which is Neal Gap, and decided that we were going to take a 0 there. And that was totally intentional. That was planned. Blood Mountain Cabins are kind of just a place that my family and I go all the time. And so we thought that might be kind of cool to revisit there again and just, you know, take it nice and slow in the beginning and have a rest day early on. But this year we're just not going to do that because honestly, we just don't feel the need to put that many rest days or that many that progress to be that slow. So I think, tentatively speaking, of course, plans change. It's the first thing you learn about hiking on the Appalachian Trail is be flexible and, you know, don't have your heart set on anything really, because you just never know what's going to happen from day to day. But, you know, it's okay to make tentative plans because that just helps you with resupply and just, you know, kind of staying on course and on track. But we are going to plan for our very first hostel stay and 0 to be at the Green Dragon Hostel, and that's at Unicoi Gap, or that's where they pick up from, and that's at mile, I think it's like 51.3 or 51 point something. So my plan is to take 4 days of food, and so if we're averaging of about 10 miles a day, which that's our goal to start off with, then, you know, we should really only need 5 days of food, but I don't really want to carry 5 days of food to start out with. So I'm just going to carry 4 days. We'll get to Neal Gap, hopefully mountain crossings on day 3, grab a quick resupply there for 1 day, and then take that additional 2 days to do the 20 miles to Unicoi Gap, and then of course stay at the Green Dragon Hostel, and we'll be shuttled by Donna or Bill to go into town to be able to resupply there. So I'm going to quickly look to see what I feel like eating today, which we all know may not be what I feel like eating next month, but I'm gonna give it a go and resupply on what I think I'm gonna like based on the past. Starting with breakfast. I need to give myself a little bit of room here. So I'm just setting, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just putting like one of these for each day. That way I can kind of put breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks under each one of them. Give myself a little bit of room. So day one, I don't need breakfast because day one we'll eat breakfast at the lodge. So I only need lunch, dinner, and snacks for day one. But for day 2, 3, and 4, I will need all. So let's see. So for day 2 breakfast, I think I'm going to start with Dozy Oats. This is the cherry chocolate. It sounds good. I don't know. I've only tried one, and I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the lemon. Oh, it was a lemon blueberry, and that was actually really good. So I think I'll go with lemon blueberry for day 3, and I don't know, maybe a banana peanut butter for day 4. All right, so I kind of got the breakfast out of the way. And these are nice because they have quite a bit of calories. Like this little packet has only 290 calories. You are supposed to make these with milk. I guess if you had to make them just with water, it just would be a little bit less calories, and I don't think it would be as creamy. But I did buy some powdered, it's lactose-free whey powdered milk. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and just have it, you know, in my pack in a Ziploc bag, probably a double Ziploc bag, because if that busted, that would make a huge mess. So I think this will be nice to add to whatever Dozy Oats for breakfast that I have. So back to day 1. So I just need lunch and snacks. So I think I'll go with, it's hard because right now I'm not hungry, and I know also on trail for the first week I have kind of a hard time eating. I just don't really have an appetite. It's like my body's sort of, I think, going into shock, acting like, you know, wow, I see what you're going to make me do now. And so it just kind of protests for a little bit. But I know that I still need to eat because I did have a hard time last time losing a lot of weight. So I think I'm going to go with, I'll do the Latin citrus, Kiona, and beans with tuna. I think I'm going to do that for lunch. And I think I'm going to do 2 of them. As much as I'm probably not going to want to eat this, it's 160 calories each and 10 grams of protein each. I'm still going to force myself because I don't want to lose too much weight too fast. So there's lunch. With that, I'll add these plantain chips. And so I'll snack on this. This whole bag I'll use for the rest of the week. And this whole bag is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 650 calories for the whole bag. So plantains are pretty heavily dense, so that's good for me. So I'm gonna have that as part of my lunch. For a snack, I'm going to take a Paleo Valley beef stick. I think these are really good. And let's see. Maybe for a snack, also, I will have some dark chocolate covered freeze-dried bananas. I got these from Aldi. So this bag I'm not going to eat in one day, I don't think. But this is quite a few calories as well. It's 140, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 500 calories for the whole bag. So this will probably be a snack for 2 days. And so you kind of have to calculate that in your head. You're like, okay, this is today, but these 2 things will also be enough for the next day. And you kind of have to calculate that. So for dinner that night, I think I'll probably go with a freeze-dried meal, one that we've already bought. Let's see. Oh, I have some over here. I have so many everywhere. So because I know I'm not going to be super hungry, and this particular one is very easy for me to eat, it's not a whole lot of calories, so I'm trying to add it with additional like finger foods kind of throughout the day. This one is easy for me to eat. It's Backpacker's Pantry. It's mashed potatoes and beef gravy. Now this one is about 200 calories, so it's not a whole lot, but actually it says this is 2 servings, 180 calories. So I guess that would be just under 400 calories. So this will be for dinner. And I think maybe I'll have like, maybe some of my favorite cookies, which are like the Biscoff cookies. I love these, they're so good. So there's day 1. Day 2, starting out with the Dozy Oats. And, oh, let me back up. I did buy these again this year. I had them last year as well, but I didn't use them until closer to the end. Ooh, something's leaking in here. Well, it's individually packed olive oil, and each one of these is, I believe, like another 110 calories. But something is leaking in here. Sugar pops. Well, I'm going to add one of these and with here, and probably with each dinner, but I need to figure out which one is leaking because that's gross and messy. All right, so back to day 2, Dozy Oats for breakfast. Let's see, to my snack, I think I'll have, these are okay. They're not my favorite, but I bought them, so I'm gonna eat them. It's a Paleo Valley Lemon Meringue Superfood Bar. It's 190 calories, and it's pretty little. So I'm gonna have this as a snack, probably mid-morning before lunch. And then for lunch, I'll probably go with 2 of the wild caught tuna. And this is in the sunflower oil because this is 140 calories, whereas the other tuna, either in some other type of oil or water, is like 110 calories. So this is significantly more, and 17 grams of protein each. So I'm going to take these 2. Remember, I'm going to have some more of these left over from the first day. And so then now I need a dinner. And I think I'm going to go with a Packet Gourmet. This is a trail side bean and cheese burrito. You just need to bring the tortillas. So I'll have this and some tortillas. And then, let me see. Maybe I will still have these as a snack, but if I don't want those or I want something else, I'm going to add one of these high energy mixes, maybe a couple of those. It's a high energy mix: pineapple, coconut, banana chip, cranberries, and papaya. And then maybe a couple of little Christmas trees, or Reese's Pieces Christmas trees that we have left over from Christmas candy that were in a stocking somewhere. A couple other little pieces of candy, just something that, you know, as you're walking and hiking, you can kind of pop in your mouth. I'll add another Paleo Valley meat stick to that. By the way, I know I told you guys a lot about bare bones, which I will be adding probably to almost every meal, and maybe adding these instead of the olive oil. But they sent to us this whole box full, so we've got quite a bit to last us. So I'm super thankful for that. And so I'm going to take, this is actually lemonade, bone broth, and they made it into lemonade. And this one's passion fruit. So I think I'm going to take one of each. I'm going to try the passion fruit. I'm going to take one of each for each day. Of the passion fruit. And then I will also have, I might bring this whole liquid IV, or I have probably 10 boxes of Element. I might bring I will bring one of those each. I think I'm going to start just with the mango passion fruit because I love passion fruit and I love mango. So this is probably going to be really good. I'm going to add one to each day, and then I usually just throw a handful in my backpack of these. In summertime, it's really, really important, but it's also really important to stay hydrated during the winter. A lot of people forget about that because they're cold, so they don't feel like they're hot or they're sweating. But you need to continue to be hydrated too. Oh, snacks. What snacks do I have? Hi, come on in. I'm just doing my resupply. Is it bad that I'm already kind of getting tired of looking at this food and I haven't even started eating it yet?
No.
Oh. What are you doing? just going to grab my phone because I need a calculator. Oh. Hi. Hi. So we got a honey badger over there. They can't see you. They can see your hand.
I'm phone.
And y'all know Bear, of course. I just told Ava, is it bad that I'm kind of already tired of looking at this food? Probably, huh?
Probably.
What was I doing? I was looking for snacks. Snacks for day 4 and dinner. I think I'm gonna go with a ramen that I've already packaged in this bag, and Ramen Bomb Creations, which I will then add the beef bone broth to it because it is delicious. I've already tried it. So beef bone broth, ramen, and mashed potatoes. What's the matter?
I almost stuff.
When are you gonna do your food?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
So that's it, you guys. I mean, it's kind of hard to see. I know it looks like I made a hot mess down here because it is a hot mess. Like it's kind of overwhelming, but that's why I kind of package it into these things. So I'll show you. It may or may not go completely into one bag. And so I might, as we get closer, kind of let the air out of this so it gets smaller. But for now, just to kind of show you what it looks like and how I keep things organized and together, make sure I'm having all the calories, then it makes sense in the end to just kind of do it this way for me. Not everybody likes it, and that's okay. And for our first resupply, I haven't quite decided. I know several places for sure we're going to get a resupply, and that's just because the resupply options are either ridiculously expensive or just very limited. So I know a couple of those. I'm still trying to think of where I want my very first resupply box to be sent. I'm not sure. So I also have medication that I'm taking this year that I will have to make sure I get once a month. I still need to talk to my doctor to see if maybe I can get like a 2-month supply. I'm not sure how that works with insurance and all that good stuff, but I'll figure that out in the next week or so. But in contrast to what I thought we were going to do last year we had about, I think we had 12 or 14 resupply boxes already packaged up and ready to send to us. And after like the second or third one we got, Bear and I honestly were so just, I don't know, we were so unhappy with getting a resupply box of things that we weren't craving or that we weren't hoping to get, because as you're on trail and you're walking and you're getting super excited for what you're going to eat and, oh, I can't wait to get into town to get this or to get that. And then to find out you already have a box there waiting for you and it's like, oh, I don't want any of this stuff. I'm not going to send really much other than maybe some of the dehydrated things like the fruits and the veggies, the additives that I'm going to add to our meals, my medicine, things like Element, because I can get liquid IV all up and down the trail. I really do love Element and I can't get that on the trail. You have to order that. And there's a couple other things like my vitamins and just a couple other things that I know I'm going to be sending anyways that I need to have. And so I'll add in maybe just a couple of the things that I've done here. Like I'll do a couple of meals, dehydrated meals that I'll make, and the fruits and veggies. But other than that, I'm just, especially in the South, I really want to focus as much as possible on spending money in the South. Now, that kind of goes against our shoestring budget this year, and I am going to have to be extra careful with, not spending too much so that we can make it to Maine. But I really want to be able to bless the devastated economies of the devastated trail towns in Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, and Southern Virginia. So I want to be able to pour money into that economy, whether it's, with shuttle drivers, the hostels, the local restaurants, the local grocery stores, or the little, gas stations, the places that you resupply, because they need us, you guys. They really, really need our help in so many ways, and being able to boost their local economy will be such a huge help for them. Because think about it, they haven't had much of a fall at all, because even parts of the towns that were able to accept hikers or, backpackers, or just, people going on vacation, in that area, a lot of people got, they canceled their reservations, they canceled their trips. And so they lost all of that fall business, whether it was, just like normal hikers, or whether it was just people that are coming out on trail, or just people that are coming to the towns. They lost all of that business. And then of course, some of them shut down completely and are just now starting to get back up and running. Some are hoping to be like Uncle Johnny's Hostel. They're hoping to be open at the end of, I think, February, which will be in time for the Nobo season. And so if we're able to patronize these places and to pour money back into that economy, this is how these people survive. This is how they feed their families. This is how they put food on the table. This is how that they pay their bills, and they need us. And so I'm going to do my best and be as generous as possible as we can when we're going through those southern devastated towns. But also I do have to be careful because of our budget. So I'm not going to send any resupply boxes of food there unless it is just, like vitamins, medication, things like that. So that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do today. I think next you will see me applying some, why can't I think of the word? It's sealant on our tent. I'm doing in preparation for our attempt at the Appalachian Trail again next month. So stay tuned for that, and it's probably rolling right now. So today we're moving on to another pre-trail chore, and that is waterproofing our tent.
Yeah.
So I contacted Big Agnes, and they recommended this Nick Wax. Oh Lord.
Okay.
This Nick Wax waterproofing. And so we're gonna set it up, clean it, and then spray this and let it dry. And it's a perfect day outside today because it's a little bit breezy and the sun's out. So it should be a quick task. Mm-hmm. Okay, Bear has put up the tent and the rain fly is all secure. And in reading this Nick Wax waterproofing, the directions say to protect work surface from potential overspray, spray evenly onto a clean, wet item, i.e. the tent, from a distance of about 6 inches. Wait for 4 to 5 minutes and remove any surplus product with a damp cloth. For drying, just it says you can hang dry or tumble dry. So yeah, seems easy enough. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that you guys saw me. Seems easy enough. Let's get to it. First, I'm gonna clean it off and just spray it, the debris off, and then before I apply that. Shaking to get some of the excess off because I think that it will help this adhere a little bit better. All right, shaking well. And applying. I think I'm going to start at the top. I've never done this before, so if I'm doing this wrong or if anybody has any suggestions how to do this better, I am very teachable and all ears. All right, I think that's it. Now I'm just going to let the sun dry that off. There's a bit of a breeze that's going to help dry that off as well, and pack it up. I'm going to clean out the stakes just to make sure that there's no more dirt, really, because I don't want to carry any extra weight. And we're one more step in being ready to hit the trail in just a few weeks. Okay, today Bear and I are going to bring you along as we practice our PCT bear hangs. One of the osprey enjoying his meal. They actually live in a nest over here. All right, so today we are here to practice the PCT method for hanging our bear bags. Bag, yeah. We're gonna utilize the large dog bone. Let me show you guys so you can see a little bit better. Large dog bone from Hilltop Packs in conjunction with the carabiner. So let's give this a go. It might take us a few tries because of course we have the rock stack we're going to throw over the limb of the tree, and it might take us a time or two.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay, success. Teamwork makes the dream work. So you'll see that it kind of took both of us to be able to hold it up. But there's another close-up view. And then now to release it, you just pull this down. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. Here, hold this. Or you want to turn it around so you can see?
Yeah.
Oops. Pull this down. You can pull the toggle off. Can they see the toggle? See how the toggle is on here? This is what keeps it from going through the carabiner. So you just pull the toggle off and slowly lower the bag back down. And now you have access to your food bag. Yay! And unclip it. And now we're ready to eat. To store, I just keep this attached to here. That way it's not going to get lost. And I actually bring another one just as a backup in case I lose this one. And I put it in my ditty bag, so it's not even in the same compartment. In case for some reason I lose this thing, I'll have an extra one. And then I utilize this little thing. Let me find the end of the rope. Not necessary, you don't even need it, but it's just something that kind of keeps your rope from getting all tangled up, and it just makes life a little bit easier. And you just wind this up. This is what it looks like when it's all done. So it's nice and neat, and you don't have to unwind it. Thanks, Hilltop Packs. Really great equipment. And then to keep it all together, I just put it in the Dyneema bag. so that everything just stays in the food bag. Good to go. Hey guys, so today on another step and prep for the road to the Appalachian Trail attempted through hike this year, I'm going to be using Permethrin to Permethrin treat our clothes for ticks. Now, I initially had planned to not treat them. My reasoning was that since we're leaving in mid-February, when it's still supposed to be pretty cold, ticks are supposed to be not very active, I just thought that we probably didn't need to. In contrast to last year when we started in mid-March, I 100% treated them and felt, as it was warming up rather quickly in the first few weeks of our hike, that it was just something that was necessary to do before I left. This time I was thinking that I didn't need to, but I've talked to about 5 people that all live in Georgia and Tennessee, and even in Virginia. Actually, I'll add them to the list. And half of them said yes, they would go ahead and treat just out of abundance of caution. And then the other half said, no, we never do when it's cold and when it's, in the 20s and 30s. And, even when it's warming up to the 40s and 50s throughout the day, the ticks just aren't active here. And so I really went back and forth to whether or not I was going to do it. I figured I might as well, because again, I'd rather err on the side of caution and just go ahead and do it. So we went to Tractor Supply this morning and we got Permethrin, and I'm going to use the dunk method this time in hopes that it will last a little bit longer than the 6 to 8 weeks that it says on the bottle that it will. Now, just for those who may not know, there is a company called Insectus Shield that you send your clothes to this company and then they send them back to you already treated. And they claim to have the Permethrin saturated into the fibers that it can last up to 70 washes. And honestly, I would have preferred to have done that, because there's no way we're going to be on trail for 70 weeks, which means that we would not have had to retreat our clothes after 6 or 8 washes or 6 or 8 weeks, because we're going to do laundry about once a week. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, and I just don't feel super comfortable sending our clothes away to be treated with, such a short time between now and when we step off for the AT. So I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. Hope that lasts a little bit longer. If not, as usual, we're just going to treat in 6 to 8 weeks anyways, once we get on trail like we did last year. No big deal. It's pretty readily, easily findable on trail. And if it's not, I might just go ahead and have some sent with one of our resupply boxes and just, plan on treating it at certain spots along the trail based on like our mileage and how many times we've already washed our clothes. So come with me as I do one of our trail chores. There's the Permethrin bucket. And there's my clothes and Little Bear's clothes. And I'm also going to treat our shoes. I'm going to put some in a spray and spray our backpacks as well. And, I got to get the fly of the tent because I always treat that as well. All right, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm all done. I've got the all of our clothes on, our shoes, our rain fly, and I may spray Bear's backpack when I'm all done with this. That's it. That is our last thing we need to do, I think, before we take off and get ready to hit the Appalachian Trail in February. We'll see you guys later. Love and light to y'all. Bye.